We are live from beautiful, historic downtown Ashtabula Harbor at the one, the only, Made in Ohio. How you guys doing today? I'm Ryan, and joining me, my partner, the voice of 440 Goal, Mr. Sam Torres. I feel like we should have a big applause after that.
Yeah, we got to get one of those soundbar things, you know. Yeah, what is going on? It has been a week. I'll tell you, one of the busiest weeks of the year, coming off of the Combine, which was a wildly successful event on Sunday. We're going to get into it a little bit more down later in the show, but I do want to thank everybody who was involved. Oodles and oodles of volunteers. We had a bunch of local businesses that came in and helped us put together this great Combine event. For some Ashtabula County High School athletes. It was really, really a great thing to see, and parents coming out to support, and it was just really, really fun.
Yeah, a lot of entertainment. I mean, all the we had the 40-yard dash, we had the medicine ball this weekend, we had high jump, long jump, and the bench.
Yeah,
so a lot of fun, a lot of video footage. You could catch it over on YouTube and Facebook. I think we had just about 4 hours worth of video footage. It did jump back and forth, but it was a very entertaining Sunday, well put together. Again, like Sammy said, thanks to all the sponsors. I think you counted 28 total sponsors, correct?
Yeah, it was either 27 or 28 total, and those are all local businesses coming in to sponsor. I want to send a big shout-out to Caitlin Mosier, CM Photography. If you want to go check out some of the shots, some of the sights from the Combine itself, head over to her Facebook page, CM Photography. She's got a whole bunch of stuff up there, got some really great shots of these athletes. We're going to be sharing a slideshow at some point during the show. It's also going to be available on our Facebook, our Instagram, the whole nine. You know how we do with the pictures. It's always about pushing them out so you guys can see them. But Caitlin Mosier able to come out and take some great photos for us, and we're very appreciative of her, and she did a really great job.
Yeah, amazing job. I think it was collectively just about 240 photos somewhere in there that she helped us out with. All high def photos too, not just kind of whatever you got on the cell phone.
A lot better than us just moving with an iPhone. I can promise you that.
There's no doubt about it. No doubt about it. So, yeah, big shout-out to Caitlin. Really a big help, to the Combine there. Second year, and I'd be honest with you, I'm happy it's over.
Yeah.
By all means. It was a lot of stress, a lot of pressure going into it, but I can't wait to start prepping for the third year. So
yeah, it's gotten bigger every year. We're getting some things changed up, and it's really great. But before we start talking about our Combine, there's another camp that's coming up this weekend.
Okay.
And it's by another one of Ashtabula's own, first-round draft pick to the New York Giants, Jared Bunch, who is an Ashtabula High School graduate, holding his youth camp here. And that's with NFL Play as a backer. This is FREE free for all youth football players age 7 to 13, as long as you're not going into high school. Go to the Geneva Spire. It's at 5201 Spire Circle in Geneva, Ohio.
You can't miss the building, I promise.
Yeah,
it's behind Wendy's. It's massive.
If you haven't registered yet, the registration, they will have walk-up registration at the Spire, and that's going to start. That's going to be between 7:30 and 8:45 a.m. on June 25th. Again, this is at the Spire Institute, and this is for all 7 to 13-year-old football players. You are going to, for free, get to work with an NFL football player.
Yep.
It doesn't get better than that.
No cost added to it. And I know just from talking to a couple folks, namely Kevin Crockett, there's quite a few of Lakeside coaches will be there. Geneva coaches will be there. Myself, I will be there. I want to say I'll be coaching, but I don't know that I will. But maybe I'll be moving tables, but I will be helping out in the event. It does not matter.
So the one thing I can guarantee is I will not be there because, unfortunately, we have a family event that day as my daughter turns 15, and I'm Puerto Rican, which means we're doing a quinceañera.
That's right. I can't wait to do the salsa because I'll be there. But, So, listen, also, don't forget you can register online. On the image on the left-hand side of your screen, you can see it down there. It's account.usafootball.com/events/1034. You can go right online and register. It takes I don't know, 2 minutes. I did it for my son. He'll be participating in the event as well. Hop on there. Let's build this. Let's get it going. Let's make it so next year they got to come back to this camp. So push this out to all those kids between the ages of 7 and 13, family, friends, grandparents, whatever it may be. Let them know. Let's make this a heck of a camp. That way they come back year in and year out. And the last camp, I do believe, is 2016, if I recall right.
Yeah, I mean, we've had various
years.
camps here. You know, Jared Bunch has done a couple. Right. Urban Meyer did a couple. But the biggest thing and the most important thing is, and what we do here at this show, this is the most important, is we support local. There's not too many places where you have somebody who played in the NFL right from your hometown who takes the time to come back and improve the town. And this is one of those instances. We believe, very much so, that sports is a key to improving an area, and this is how you can start it. Yep. It starts with the youth football, because by the time they get to junior high, these kids in high school, these kids really should have a good firm grasp on football itself.
Yep, just responsibility, accountability. So, join them out there, Aspire Institute. It's 9 to 1 Saturday, June 25th, coming up here. Walk-up registration, 7:30 in the morning to 8:45. And also, again, you can register right online. You see the registration online, and maybe I'll copy and paste that and drop that link in the YouTube box or the Facebook box, so it's an easy click on here in a couple minutes. So thanks, everybody, for that. Moving in, I think you got you want to do that, right? Yeah. So let me go back to this screen.
Yeah, you handle that. I'm just going to start it now. We do want to take a moment on this show to recognize and pay respects to one of Ashtabula's Titans. It's somebody personally known by both of us, and that is the passing of Adam Holman. For me, it's weird to call him Adam because he will always be Mr. Holman to me. Mr. Holman, for those of you who don't know, is one of Ashtabula's biggest and greatest men. This is a guy who it wasn't widely known, but was drafted to play for the Cleveland Indians. He is one of Ashtabula County's first black teachers, first black athletic directors. He was a head coach of many sports here. But more importantly than him becoming an athletic director, him becoming a teacher, and all these different things that he did for the school, Mr. Holman was a great person. Mr. Holman was a person who took care of people for who they are, not who people said they were. He took care of people regardless of skin color, how much money was in the bank. It didn't matter. He was really just an outstanding human being, and always going out of his way to help, equality. And he, founding member of the NAACP, and he took care of, like I said, he took care of kids of all races, creeds, and colors. And, I was one of those kids. I can remember my very first memory of Mr. Holman is walking into 7th grade, undersized, overweight, trying to play football, going out there and doing my best. And he came and he would always tell me, just keep going. You got it, kid. You got it, kid. And every time for the rest of my life, when I saw Mr. Holman, he always met me with a smile and a hug. Always asked me how I was doing, how my family was doing. Mr. Holman knew who I was. He couldn't tell you my name accurately to save anybody's life. My name is Sam. He called me Danny. I was Danny from the time he met me. And even though he didn't say my name right, I knew he knew who I was. And Ashtabula really lost somebody who was just a tremendous human being for here. And to his family, to his son, Ricky, to his daughter Lisa, to the entire Holman family, we want to just say we are sorry for your loss, and thank you for sharing such a great man with us.
Yeah, I didn't know, honestly, Mr. Holman very well, but I do remember him from West Junior High. That was one of the times that I got to, he would occasionally, his shadow would grace the doorway there once in a while. But Sammy couldn't have said anything better than I could have. We all know that. So, thank you to the Holman family, and, rest in peace, and, moving on, I guess.
That's it. Thank you, Mr. Holman. See you on the other side.
All right. Now we're going to walk into talking about the Combine, and I'm going to throw up some images here as Sammy runs through it. Again, a big shout out to Caitlin Mosier for doing all these. Oh, let me just see. Just make sure everything's all right. Okay, my mom sent me a photo. Sorry, I just want to make sure. Put that down there. Thanks, Mom.
Yeah. So talking about the combine this weekend again, like you said, Caitlin Mosier, CM Photography, coming out and grabbing some great photos of it. Want to go over some of the winners? I guess is the first thing.
Yep.
Some of the things that we've done. Well, we did last year and we did again this year. We have 4 trophies and. 2 of those trophies are traveling trophies, and 2 of those trophies go to individuals. The fastest 40-yard dash, the most reps on the 185-pound bench press, and then also a cumulative average on the 40-yard dash for a team, and the most reps on the bench as a team.
Correct. Right.
This year's winner for the 40-yard dash is the same person who won it last year, actually, and that is
fast is good. Get out fast.
Yeah, I'm talking about he is lightning quick, and that is Lakeside senior Malachi Matlock with a scorching time of 4.55 in the 40-yard dash. And, one of the things that is really the most impressive about that 4.5 that he ran, that 4.55, and he'll tell you this himself, he had 2 bad starts.
Yes.
He had 2 bad starts on his 40-yard dash and still has enough get out of here to run a 4.5. I could have the best start in the entire world, and I'm not running a 4.5. So he goes out there, and there were some guys right on his tail. The 40-yard dash, it's one of the most entertaining events that you're going to watch.
Yeah.
These guys go out there. It's 40 yards. You run as fast as you can. And it really separates people because, not too many people are going to run more than 40 yards during a football game.
No. I mean, some do get a breakaway here and there, but that does, a 4.55 in high school. I mean, that really sets the tone what he's going to probably accomplish this year for the Lakeside Dragons. So, big shout out to him. 2-year winner. I can't wait to see. He is a senior this year.
He is a senior this year.
We won't know next year, but I know, I do believe, if I recall, one of the scouts asked for his information.
Not one, not 2, not 3, all 4 of them.
All 4 of the
all 4 of them
scouts.
wanted them some information on Malachi Matlock, and why not? Because not only is he fast, the kid's got a good build too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's got, he's a strong kid. He's a fast kid. He's 2 steps in front of you on a pass, and we'll see ya. It's tutty time.
Right. Yeah. So shout out to Malachi Matlock. But so going into the next one, I'm gonna grab that one if you're all right with it, Sam. So this was the bench and the most reps. Did not beat last year's Petros rep count.
Yeah, at 30.
But at 30, right. But it was close. And this is one of my favorite events. And I simply put, the bench event, you find the continuity with all 8 county teams coming together the most right there.
Yeah.
Usually this ends the event before the 7-on-7 just because it takes a little bit longer. And what happens is the crowd of all 8 county teams end up going there, and they're all cheering. It's great. It doesn't matter who's on the bench.
Yes.
That was the best part about it. They're all cheering. They're all hollering. They're all yelling. You may be only putting 2 or 3 up. You may be putting what he put up. But they're all yelling and screaming. But a big congratulations goes out to Zeke Lucas, ripping that bench 28 times. 28 times for Zeke Lucas. Zeke the Freaky Lucas.
Freaky Zeke the Freak, whatever you call him. He's stronger. He's probably running you over by the end of the sentence.
Yeah, just, like I said, it's one of my favorite events to watch, to witness. We started off the combine, the show, when I was filming it with some bench action, and you just see the kids. All their energy goes right towards the kid on the bench. All 8 county teams are yelling and screaming. It's my favorite event to watch, favorite event to see. Very exciting, but congratulations to Zeke Lucas.
Not only that, building off what you said, Ryan, absolutely. It's not. It doesn't matter if you are on your 21st rep or if you are on your 3rd rep. Once you get on that bench and those arms start to shake and people are starting to struggle to get that up, there is an overall group mentality, and you'll start hearing guys, let's go, you got this, push. And these are guys that on Friday nights are going to be competing. I'm telling you, it's the bench press, it brings everybody together. Everybody wants to watch somebody get their personal best on that. It's just fun to watch. And that's probably my favorite part about the combine, I think, as a whole, is
Yeah, I mean,
watching all these kids from different schools work together.
The picture that I do believe presented us into the show tonight is, I mean, that's a long-lasting picture that I want to get framed. And, you know, one day we have a office or whatever it may be, you know, that's one of those pictures that go up on the wall to remember all these kids. You know, they came out on a Sunday to do their thing. So, you know, congratulations to everybody out there, too, because to be invited, you know, we do – I typically limit to 15.
Yeah, it's 15.
So you got to be invited to come. It's not, you know, everyone shows up and plays type thing. You know, to be invited, you know, pat yourself on the back. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, and, you know, we also had some 7-on-7 action going, and that was a new addition this year. I think it was a great addition, too, by the way.
Yeah,
I agree.
I mean, that's going to be for years to come. I think we're going to see 7-on-7s rocking and rolling. On a week-in and week-out basis.
I'll tell you what I want to talk about in that 7-on-7.
Every combine, yeah.
Is the Geneva Eagles, the Wing T Geneva Eagles, were passing that rock like Texas.
You have to.
We're passing that rock like a Texas Tech air raid offense. I'm talking about they were getting it done. They got a kid out there in Geneva that you guys better keep an eye on, Kenny Young.
Okay.
Kenny Young, the kid is a great little quarterback, man. He's fast. He's got a nice arm. I'm talking about dropping the bucket, throwing receivers open, not afraid to throw the ball. And there were a lot of great quarterbacks out there throwing great passes. But the reason why Geneva sticks out to me is Geneva hasn't thrown a pass since 1984. So
I mean, come on now. I'm not 84. Yeah, come on. I mean, they threw some last year and the year before, but I know where you're going with it. Geneva throws for every 2 passes, there's 50 runs.
I'm just telling you, there ain't a whole lot of footballs in the air in Geneva, that's for sure. But maybe that's changing. Coach Shimsky's got himself a quarterback this year, and they got some guys that were flat out there playing that day. It was a refreshing look. It's really fun for me personally to see these teams that are so run heavy, and they go out there in this 7-on-7 and they got to do something. You know,
you got to change everything that you're used to. You're not used to happening to not run the ball.
Yeah,
I mean a 7-on-7 is and I'll be honest with everybody out there. I love 7-on-7s. It's very competitive. Me and Sammy go back and forth. Yeah, me and Sammy go back and forth on this. It does show the 1-on-1s, wide receivers versus D-backs, or linebacker coming up on a running back, whatever it may be. But it does not show a true offense. And I'll stick to my guns on that one. There's a lot that goes on, which I think everybody knows that except for Sammy, that happens in the trenches that keeps your quarterback from scrambling left and right.
What was your number in high school, Ryan?
63.
There you go. That's why he has that thought right there.
Always. Listen, I'm always gonna be that way. I love watching the competitiveness, the 1-on-1, and what I really love more than anything is watching one team help pick up another team. And what I mean, just sportsmanship out there. And you've seen a lot of it over the weekend on Sunday. You've seen a lot of kids following another team, helping pick up another team. But the competitive edge was there for all the teams that were playing. So it was a lot of fun. And what was also fun to watch that we haven't seen, and hopefully we see it in the next couple of years, was that old Jefferson Lakeside rivalry.
We got to get that back, folks. I can't wait till they get this conference realigned and get everything together, because those Jefferson Lakeside, you got to understand, 2005 graduates right here from Lakeside, that was our rival. Our rival was Jefferson. They need to get that back up and going, and those are two phenomenal squads. I mean, on the Lakeside side, there's some guys that are in and out on the quarterback, whether it's DeSalvatore or Timonier. You've got the returning running back in the bowling ball, the absolute monster that is Jay Sean Sanders. You have lightning quick Malachi Matlock.
Prove that over
got
the weekend.
Some guys this year, man. They got Nate Bartone coming back this year. Improved another year under his belt. That's another guy to watch out for. And then you look over on the Jefferson side.
Those guys. Listen, I told Hannah. I'll tell everyone. I guess I wasn't mic'd up at the time, but I went up to Hannah after the combine was over. I shook his hand, and I told Coach Hannah, I said, I cannot wait to see your boys perform this year.
Oh, listen.
I cannot wait, because I think it's going to be the greatest show on turf. And I want to say natural grass, but they have upgraded. I think it's going to be the greatest show on turf out there in the south part of the county at Falcon Stadium. You're going to see the Tower of Birds rocking and rolling out there every Friday night. Just
over
just
in
throwing that out
Jefferson,
there.
and this isn't early. These things could change, but I can tell you some of the guys that they've got coming back this year that are just going to be difference makers, flat out. Grant Hitchcock is 1,000 yards passing, 1,000 yards rushing guy running at quarterback. He moves laterally better than probably anybody in the county, except one kid on his team,
Right.
or another kid who's also on his team, and we call him NASCAR. His
Yeah.
name is Cage Bozar,
Yep.
who is as fast as lightning as well. You've got Luke Funtash returning for the Jefferson Falcons. You've got Wade Woodworth, who is just got an offer from Baldwin Wallace this year. Wade Woodworth, one of the toughest dudes I've ever seen in my life. Dude looks like Brian Bosworth right now.
He does. He does. Oh my God,
dude!
You're not kidding now that you say that.
I'm telling you, he's a bad man.
Yeah.
And then you can't forget about Trent Hodge.
Yeah.
Trent Hodge, Mr. 700 over 700 yards receiving last year. As many more receptions than some teams have as a franchise. I mean,
Right.
this is a team this year. You got to look out for the Falcons. They are on the move.
Yeah, just watch them this year.
Yes.
Watch them.
Yes. If you want to see some good football, some entertaining football, you got to watch them. And I'm going to talk about another guy from the Combine who earned himself a new nickname, and that is Grand Valley's Bobby Rogers. That young man is going to be known as Grasshopper because he was jumping up and Randy Mossing people in the corner.
Yes, he was.
And listen, I love, it's all fun. It's all good. I'm all about the junk talking. And when they did this number, I'm on your head, boy. I said, yep, that's it, man. 2 times in a row.
Yep.
Send it, folks.
Yep.
Robert Grasshopper Rogers, Grand Valley Mustangs. Look for him to score some touchdowns this year, too.
All right, we totally went off on a tangent there. We were rolling good there for a minute, and then I thought we were going to go right into congratulating another team that we were just talking about, but we went off on a tangent. But I'll go into it. Why not? So we're also no. You want to do it? Is that what you're telling me here?
Oh, yeah.
No, go ahead. All right, the Jefferson Falcons. So I know we just talked about all the greatness that I think is going to come out of the south part of the county with the Falcons there. But we got to give a big congratulations, not on 1 but 2 trophies. Like Sammy said at the Combine, last year both of these trophies stayed with one school. This year they moved to the south part of the county to Jefferson. So a combined 40-yard dash, Jefferson averaged 5.0. So that is, I don't know,
So that
12
is
kids?
That
Was
is
it
all of
15?
That is all of their skill guys and all of their linemen, who everybody ran a 40, and their average time was a 5.0.
Yep.
And that, like I said, including the bigger guys in there who, there were some guys that probably ran like close to a 6.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And these guys run a 5.0
as a team.
Well done, Jefferson Falcons.
And then the other one, I don't know the number last year from Lakeside, but this number astonished me. The Falcons, who brought 15 kids to the Combine, they all hit the bench as well. They repped out a total of not just 100, not just 110, not just 120, 146 185-pound reps on the bench as a team collectively. Well done, Jefferson Falcons. These guys have been working.
It became very apparent that they weren't just spending time in the weight room. They are serious about it. They got out there, and I think everybody on their team registered at least 1 rep, and that's where the difference comes in.
Correct.
Everybody's got that. I always pick on the linemen. You know what I mean? We put some of these drills are in there to pump up the linemen, and then bench press is one of them. The medicine ball throws another. You know what I mean? These are the drills where the lineman can shine, because if a lineman wins a 40 time, man, I don't know what we're doing.
Yes.
Yeah. You know what I mean? But these guys came out, and Jefferson, they have their quarterbacks, their running backs, and linebackers all registering reps on the bench press, and then you've got big guys like Mason Pulowski throwing it up 23 times.
Right. Yep. Thank you, Ray Tirado. The trenches never get recognized. Just throwing that out there. All right, moving in, but yeah, so the Combine, again, another success. Year 2 in the books. Pack it up. Yeah, another chapter done, but it was a great success. Again, 107 kids.
Yes.
How many volunteers?
I think we had well over. it was like 35, 36.
I know there's none of these shirts that Sammy's got on left.
Yeah, we had a lot of event personnel
Right.
there, a lot of people going out of their way and doing this, and this isn't a money-making deal, so they didn't get paid either.
Yep. Yeah, but big shout out to you guys for coming out and helping. Without you guys, this event does not go on. That's just what it is. I mean, we'll do our best, but it's just not going to happen without you guys.
Yeah, we want to send a quick shout out to all the businesses that actually stepped up and helped. First business is obviously where we're at right now, Made in Ohio. There's a lot of time, there's a lot of hours that go into producing all of these T-shirts. They produced all the event staff T-shirts, all of the T-shirts for all of the athletes.
Yeah.
This is something that these guys have to do. And mind you, I just want to let you know, this is right at the peak part of the summer, right when everything's opening up. They've got Geneva on the Lake going. These are, two guys that took time, a lot of time to make this happen. And because of that, we're very appreciative of Made in Ohio, not just for that, but for all the things that they do for us. But going
Love you too, Tyler.
going through Lakeside was sponsored by Wilkinson Paving and Erie Shores Auto Connection.
Yep.
Those were the two sponsors that took over for the Lakeside. They were on the back of the Lakeside T-shirts.
I'm sorry, Erie Shores Car Connection.
Car Connection, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
The Edgewood Warriors this year, their two sponsors were Maine Avenue Allstate. That's Kristen Dobbsbeck-Barger.
Yep.
And then Montrose, Chevy, Buick, and GMC.
Yeah, big shout out to Montrose. They came through with three
times.
Not one, but not two, but the trifecta. They got the hat trick.
Conneaut, Chris Breck State Farm, who is a new friend of the show.
Correct.
And then Montrose.
Hopefully a longtime friend, too.
That's right. Montrose Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Dodge Ram. That was their second. Geneva was, and Geneva will always get the feather in their cap. They were the first team with both sponsors.
Bingo, bango.
And that was Building Technicians Corp. and Raymond Builder Supplies, both taken over for the Geneva Eagles and giving them their sponsorship. Jefferson was then sponsored by DJ Latin Ray Productions and Montrose Off-Road USA, the third Montrose sponsorship. St. John, Dr. Jerry Orlando Chiropractic and Roto-Rooter. And also shout out to Dr. Jerry Orlando, who also attended the event and helped out on the bench with Alvin Rodriguez.
Yes, yeah, big shout out to him. It was very nice to meet him. It's always very nice to put, talk to a sponsor at the field. And he pulled double duty. There's no other way to put it.
He
put
did.
some cash down and came out and helped out.
Yeah, and then for the Grand Valley Mustangs, Midway Chevy and Colebrook Ranch coming up and helping for them. Besides the T-shirts, the T-shirt sponsorships, we actually had some banner sponsorships as well. In the Zone came out, sponsored for a banner. Wilkinson Paving, sponsored for a banner. Help me go through these, Ryan.
Rain Brogman and my son Owen Cole, class of 2032 for St. John, came out. Who else we got? Tom Roth. We got to give a big shout out to Tom for coming out and having a sponsorship with us.
Yes, and also want to send Tom a shout out as Tom has moved on from 440 and Goal right now, but actually helped us out and pushed over the website and getting us going on that. So that's coming forward. Want to thank Tom for not only the website but everything he did up until this point.
Yes, yes. I feel like we're missing two or three.
Oh, we are.
Yeah.
We are absolutely missing. So I'm going to go from this way to this way. There was Reels Auto.
Oh, yeah, Reels Auto. Event sponsor, Reels Auto, and banner sponsor.
Yep, they took care of that. And Ashtabula County Nursing Home.
Yes, that was the one.
Ashtabula County Nursing Home coming in and stepping up, grabbing some banners. And, again, all of those businesses coming in to take care of us. And then the final two, Lowe's.
Yeah.
Ashtabula Lowe's coming in and taking care of all the water, over 700 bottles.
704 bottles provided by Joe Campbell. He is I do believe, an assistant store manager there. I'm not 100% sure, but I know he's at least that at Lowe's and coming through hot with these guys. I was going to do the same thing you wanted to do. Yeah, I thought it was a Lowe's bottle, but it's not. But, yeah, a big shout-out to Lowe's for coming through, sponsoring these kids, and hopefully they become a long-time sponsor just like everyone else out there.
And then finally, Giant Eagle. Giant Eagle came through and donated lunch, not just for one school, for every single athlete. They donated almost 400 sandwiches for all of these athletes to have a great lunch, a very nutritious lunch. All that comes from Giant Eagle right here in Ashtabula. Tyler Piovarki, who owns this one and Geneva, stepping up big time for Ashtabula County students, and we cannot thank you enough. Thank you very much.
Big shout out to Dublin Down as well. That was the other one that we forgot.
Dublin
Down came out. Yep.
One of the best Reubens you'll ever eat in your life.
And pizza.
Yes.
That fire smoked pizza or whatever it's called. Good pizza. All right. So with that being said, it is now about 8:15. We do have scheduled on deck a commercial break, but just so everyone knows that's watching, we are going to go right into the softball roundup after this. We're going to be talking about some events that we have planned coming up potentially. Also, the top 10 ranking, which I know there's
Wait a
quite
minute.
a
Do
few.
you hear that, Ryan? I think that's a shakeup is
Right.
what I hear.
Little
I think I
shakeup?
hear a shakeup
Little
with
shakeup?
that ranking. I think
I'm
there's
trying.
a shakeup with that ranking.
Little
We got to see who it is.
Shake up, so stay tuned for that. Then right after that, we're going to go into the Made in Ohio Minute, and then tonight is going to be 2 on 440 and goal. Some questions that we have. If you guys didn't notice or haven't noticed, there's a division realignment that happened in OHSAA football. We got some interesting topics we want to talk about. We're going to talk about that. But with that being said, we're going to hit a message from a few of our sponsors. We'll be right back.
See you soon.
Are you a small business looking for a way to advertise locally? You have a problem? 440 and Goal has a solution. Advertise with us. 440 and Goal can create custom advertisements like you see here. What better platform than 440 and Goal to advertise with? 440 and Goal will be awarding a $500 football and $500 volleyball scholarship to a local senior this year. Getting in touch with 440 and Goal is easy. You can reach us on Facebook and Instagram by simply messaging us. Or you can also email us at 440goal@gmail.com. Don't wait, spots are filling. Again, message 440goal on Facebook or Instagram, or email us at 440goal@gmail.com for all the details.
.440 and Goal welcomes in-combine sponsor from Allstate Kristen Dobbins-Beck-Barger. Kristen and her team offer auto, home, renters, and various other insurance policies. Visit Kristen at 4605 Main Avenue in beautiful Ashtabula, Ohio, or contact Kristen at 440-993-0256.
440 and Goal welcomes in Play All Awards and engraving. Awards, they do them all at Play All. Play All offers a full line of acrylics, desk accessories, plaques, sports awards, and more. A staple of Ashtabula County, Play All has been in service since 1993, helping the likes of educators, coaches, and individuals just like you. You can visit Play All at 4542 Main Avenue in beautiful downtown Ashtabula, Ohio, or call them at 440-992-7529 with any questions. 440 and Goal brings in Made in Ohio. Made in Ohio specializes in screen printing, dye sublimation, embroidery, and vinyl graphics. Their prices are the lowest in the area. They have no minimum order size, no setup charges, and no screen charges. Stop in and see for yourself. Made in Ohio is located in the beautiful, historic Ashtabula Harbor. Visit them at 1028 Bridge Street or call 440-992-9057.
All right, folks.
Here we go.
Welcome back. If you're just tuning in, we just went through a little bit of a combine recap. Talked about a few things, thanking the sponsors, and now we're getting ready to rock and roll right into the Softball City Roundup for the weekend. The shakeup is upon us.
Yes.
We will have a nice little video that Sammy put together, and we will play that. But first, we're going to go through the stat sheets for this week's games.
That's right. It's time to talk about some of the games this weekend, and I believe one of these games in particular is the reason for the shakeup.
You know that's right.
All right, we're going to start off on Field 1. 10 a.m., Main Street Mafia is going to win over Physical Culture with a score of 12-4. Winning pitcher for Main Street Mafia going to be TJ Spurlock. Losing pitcher for Physical Culture going to be Nick Trikoff. Winning team's leading hitters going to be Josh Sanchez with 3 hits. On the losing team, Darren Gruskewitz, Ryan Sposito, Brittany Cole, all going to have 2 hits apiece.
All right, coming over on Field 2, we got a first. we got a first for this team coming up here in a minute. I'm going to announce it at the end of it. Congratulations to them. But the winning team with their first win of the year is going to be Chambers Landscaping, winning 16-14 in a barn burner over there at 10 a.m. That 10-11 game was a hot one, rocking and rolling. Winning pitcher is going to be John Jones. Losing pitcher, Larry Cole, no relation that I know of. John Jones and Mark, give me some love here, Sammy.
Arvantes,
John Jones, Mark Arvantes, and Ivy Mack with 3 hits apiece for the winning team. Kara Richardson and Chad Richardson, 2 hits for the losing team each. So congratulations to Chambers Landscaping.
All right, moving back over to field number 1 at 11 a.m. was going to have Fire Chicken Ducks.
I love that name. I got to find out who got that name. Come on, someone tell me out there. Who picked that name?
They are going to win over Physical Culture in a airtight contest, 13-12. Interesting stat about this game, the losing team, Physical Culture, 20 hits. The winning team, only 13.
Oh, yeah.
Each of them are going to have 4 errors apiece. Winning pitcher for Ducks Fire Chicken is Ryan Blake. Losing pitcher is going to be Nick Trikoff for Physical Culture. The winning team's leading hitters were Andrew Beach, Matt DeGeorge, Ryan Blake, all with 3 hits. Jackie Gale, Caitlin Izone with 2 hits each. On the losing team, Nick Trikoff, Ryan Sposito, Emily Savara, and Brittany Cole, all with 3 hits. Emily Savara actually legging out a triple.
Ooh. Running around them bases. Coming up at 11 o'clock as well, but over on field 2 is going to be Grand River Manor versus S&K Construction. The winning team winning it 12-7 is going to be Grand River Manor. Winning pitcher, which I'm starting to learn that Larry Cole pitches on quite a few teams. Might be, he lost one already. He's won one, so on Sunday he went 1-1 by himself so far. But Grand River Manor wins 12-7 against S&K Construction. Chad Richardson, Matt Wyman, I think, is it Bill? Sammy, help me out with that one. It looks like Bill, maybe Brill.
That's Bill Fidel.
Bill Fidel, I thought so, and Steph Cadill, all with 2 hits. The losing team did come up with 9 hits each, but I have no idea who hit those balls.
You know what? If I'm not mistaken, and I'm sure if I am, I will be corrected very quickly. I think that might be Grand River Manor's first W of the year.
Ooh, we'll find out on that top 10 because you got the records posted.
Yep, it's at the end here. All right, moving on to field number 1 at noon. That was going to have Main Street Mafia taking on High Tide Made in Ohio. Main Street Mafia going to come out on top for this one, 6-3. Winning pitchers, TJ Spurlock. Losing pitcher is going to be Gennaro Torrado. Leading hitters on the winning team, Josh Sanchez, Aaron Bowers, TJ Spurlock, Shannon Lynch, all with 2 hits. Losing team leading hitters is going to be Caleb Sidbeck, Isa Gonzalez, Sean Harkins, all with 2 hits each.
All right, coming over at 12 o'clock, field 2, Diamond Hustle took on Chambers Landscaping. Diamond Hustle coming in 14-2, having a hot one there, having a lot of fun, it sounds like. Winning pitcher is going to be James Grant. Losing pitcher is going to be J.J. Jones. Winning team, Diamond Hustle's hits. Sorry, I just went berserk there. But anyways, Tyrone Barnes, James Grant, Autumn Champion, all with 3 hits for Diamond Hustle. Chambers. Thank you. Aventis? Yeah, I'll get it right. I probably won't. But Chambers Landscaping, losing team. Mark Aventis, maybe. Amanda Mack, Chris Jones, all with 2 hits combined, or 2 hits each. Congratulations to Diamond Hustle.
All right. Coming up to the 1 o'clock game on Field 1, that is going to have D-Gents taking on S&K Construction. D-Gents going to come out on top for this one, 13-3 with 18 hits. Winning pitcher for D-Gents is going to be Joey Burt. Losing pitcher on this one, Nate Winchell. The winning team leading hitters, Joey Burt, Christian Marte with 3 hits each. Caitlin Snoddy, Mike Fienza, Andrew Howard, all with 2 hits apiece.
Good night. This next one, they got some action. Free Smoke took on Ducks / Made in Ohio. Beating up on the Ducks 19-0. Woo! 21 hits, no errors. The Ducks with 3 hits and 3 errors. Sorry, I can't help it, guys. That's a number right there. Anyways, so Free Smoke defeats the Ducks. Winning pitcher is going to be Kyle Vance. Losing pitcher is going to be John Richter. Harry Story with 4 hits. Andrew Les Prince with 3. I think it's Lexi or Levi. Lexi? What do you think?
That's Lexi Zappatelli.
Okay. Yep. All right. Sorry. Lexi Zappatelli, Rebecca Braden, Nelson Marquez, Brianna Oatman, all with 2 hits each. The losing team leading hitter is going to be Matt DeGeorge. Oh,
Kyle Vance.
No, so actually, a fun one. I do believe Harry Story hits for the cycle, and Kyle Vance with 2 long bombs going across the fence with 2 home runs.
Whoa, Harry Story hitting for the cycle. That's a big
Cycle.
That's a big one right there.
Sorry.
All right, coming up back to field number 1 at 2 o'clock, Diamond Hustle taking on Bumboat. Diamond Hustle coming out on top for this one, 6-3 with 13 hits and only 1 error on the day. Winning pitcher is James Grant. Losing pitcher is going to be Jared Brenwald. Winning team, leading hitters, Tyrone Barnes with 3 hits. Jason Bassin and James Grant each going to have 2 hits. On the losing team, Brian Bisbee Jr. and C.J. Hawley, both with 2 hits.
All right, going over the 2 o'clock game, which was AP Billing taking on High Tide. AP Billing is going to defeat High Tide 11-1. 13 hits collectively as a team for AP Billing. Winning pitcher is going to be Zach Winchell. Losing pitcher is going to be J.W. Smith. Let's see. AP Billing's leading hitters are going to be Gabrielle Amato, and Zach Winchell with 3 hits each. Caleb Sidbeck, Sean. What is it, Sean?
I think it's
It looks like Haskins.
Haskins,
sorry. Kate Sackett, Dylan Peck, Sam's kid. I think that looks like Sam's kid. Sammy Kid.
It looks like Sammy Kid.
Sammy Kid, all with 1 hit each. Congratulations to AP Billing.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, back to field 1 for the 3 o'clock game. Hold on to your hats. We talked about a shakeup. We talked about an upset.
Boy.
And right here is where it's at. Harbor Tattoo winning 14-13 over the previously undefeated Free Smoke Made in Ohio.
Coming in hot.
Winning pitcher on this team is going to be Harbor Tattoo's Terry Tolino. Kyle Vance going to take his first loss of the season. Winning team leading hitters is going to be Terry Tolino, Carl Clancy, Damian Hunt, and Kylie Burke, all with 2 hits. Losing team hitters going to be Mark Bartone, Harry Story, and Bree Oatman, all with 2 hits. And I'm telling you right now, that is what you call a battle of the Titans. Free Smoke taking their first L of the year. Look for them to try and score 37 runs in the first inning on Sunday.
I think there's a limit, isn't there?
There might be 46 home runs total.
All right, last game of the day. I do believe you don't have another sheet, do you?
I got one.
Oh, you got one more. I'm sorry. So, 3 o'clock game over on field 2. The D-Gents is going to take on AP Billing, winning that match 12-3. Winning pitcher is going to be Austin DeBell. Losing pitcher is going to be Zach Winchell. Cameron Losslin.
That looks good to me.
Yeah, with 3 hits and 1 banger going out over the fence. Kelsey Previtt, 3 hits. Joey Burt, Derek Hawley, Mike Fienza,
and Louis Wisnai.
Louis Wisnai, all with 2 hits apiece. Sorry that I chopped that. Congratulations, though, to D-Gents.
Yeah. And then the final game of the day is going to be Harbor Tattoo taking on their second dub of the afternoon, winning 13-5 over Bumboat. Winning pitcher in that game going to be Terry Tolino. Losing pitcher going to be Jared Brenwald. Winning teams leading hitters. Terry Tolino, Josh Cooper with 3 hits apiece. Katie Brockway, Damian Hunt, Carl Clancy, all with 2 hits. On the losing team, their leading hitters, Tim Kelly, Jared Brenwald, Eileen Hostler, Jordan Venzel, all with 2 hits apiece. And I'm telling you what, that 3 o'clock upset game, I feel like even though I wasn't there, I can hear the yapping that was going on. Probably from the sidelines.
I feel like the umpire probably got chirped at quite a few times.
Listen, I
in that
guarantee you,
game.
one team thought the umpire did a phenomenal job. The other team is trying to write a letter of concern.
Yeah. Does that go right out to Castrilla himself? Letter of concern. I love it. All right, you ready to rock and roll? See the shakeup? Is that what we're going to next?
So yes, as those results happen this Sunday, ladies and gentlemen, we got ourselves a new top 10.
Here we go. Coming in at number 10. It's going to be Chambers Landscaping, getting their first win of the season, though.
Yes.
1 and 7 on the year. So Chambers Landscaping rounding out the bottom of the top 10. Moving on.
And they are going to actually, before we go on to the next one, Chambers Landscaping going to take the place of Physical Culture this week. So
Okay.
Physical Culture dropping out of the top 10. Chambers Landscaping finding their way in.
Moving on up. All right, number 9.
There it is, Ryan. You got it.
I love this name. Someone out there's got to tell me who came up with this thing. Is it a business?
Yeah. So Fire Chicken Sandwiches is literally across the street.
Right.
But I don't know where Ducks is.
Ducks. Right. I don't know that. That's the best. But Fire Chicken / Ducks coming in at number 9 with a 3-5 record. I would love one of those jerseys. I would wear it everywhere, just so you guys know. But coming in number 9, Fire Chicken Ducks.
Before we go, I just have to push this out there. My nephew just messaged me on the show. Absolutely, you can come over to my house, play video games next week, buddy. You're good.
Yes. Whenever you want, buddy. Moving into number 8.
And then at number 8 is going to be High Tide, made in Ohio right now with a record of 3-5. They've had a tough couple weeks, actually. You know, they started off red hot, trying to come on back, get some more wins, but 3-5. High Tide, number 8 in the rankings this week.
Number 7. It's going to be the Bumbo, which I do love that name, too, as well. I do have to visit there one day.
Yes.
All the things I've done in Ashtabula County, I've never went to the Bumbo that I could remember of. But I'm going to have to go there.
I mean, it's just a cool concept if you think about it.
think about it. Right. 4-4 on the year so far. So the Bumboat coming in at number 7.
I'll tell you what, before we switch off to them, 4-4 their record right now. Do not forget, Bumboat, 4-0 to start the year. So they've had a tough 2 weeks, looking to get some more tallies in that W category this week.
Coming in at number 6.
There it is. And you want to talk about rising like the Phoenix, and that is AP Billing. AP Billing goes out the first 2 weeks. Real tough outings out there, coming in 5-3 for AP Billing, making their way almost, but this ain't horseshoes or hand grenades, in the top 5.
Number 5. I like doing that one.
I figured it sounds like you do. I picked it up.
Coming in at number 5, and I do believe this is an interesting one. I want to keep watching this go through. Diamond Hustle with a 6-2 record, number 5. I didn't get to see. I did watch the video, but I didn't pay attention to the record so far. So I'll be interested to see if anyone has more losses than Diamond Hustle coming in at the top 5. Huh? Oh, I can. I can work on that.
Yeah, Diamond Hustle. While he's doing that, Diamond Hustle 6-2. Another one. You know, I like this. The funny thing about them is they call themselves the old guys. You know, got some guys like James Grant, our friend Marcus Parker playing on that one. Another friend of ours,
old.
Jamie.
I beat him in
Jameis, who
33.
graduated with us on there.
Yeah, if you guys see Marcus, ask him who beat him in 33.
But they go out there and they've been playing some really good softball out there, cracking the top 5 this week. Last week they were actually number 6, so they're making their way. Call them the Jeffersons because they are moving on up.
All right, number 4.
And at number 4, Maine.
Right off the rip.
There it is.
6-2 to a 5-3.
There it is.
How does that happen?
Listen, the computer is a weird bunch of calculations. I don't know how these things go. They give us the information and we reports it to you. That's the responsibility we're taking on this one. Main Street Mafia 5-3. I'll tell you what, Main Street Mafia is one of those teams though, and this is just honest being down there the last couple weeks, okay? It doesn't matter if they're playing the top 2 teams. They're in every single game they play. They rarely get blown out. Some really great softball players over there. We don't have the weekly matchups this year because I don't have the schedule. We will be there Sunday. That I can tell you. But I'm hoping to see them go against some of the top guys too because they are a legitimately great team.
All right, moving on. So the top 3 down at the Softball City Co-Ed League coming up on deck here. Coming in at number 3.
Making their way up. Harbor, the Giant Killer, Tattoo, 6-2, getting a big dub. Big dub.
What were they
weekend.
last week? Do we know that one? Do you know what they were, their ranking last week? Oh, yeah, right there. Harbor Tattoo.
Yeah, they were 3 last week, so they're not moving anywhere. Yeah. So listen, the computer knows something we don't. Because they had them at number 3 last week, and this week they take off one of the Titans in Free Smoke with that W. 6-2 Harbor Tattoo, number 3. So we got to get to number 2, and here comes Shake It Up.
Here we go. Coming in at number 2, 7-1 on the season. Free Smoke. And last week, they may have been number 1, but this week, they're not.
Listen, for the last 2 weeks, they have been number 1. They are going to be number 2 this week after Harbor Tattoo comes through, gets the W. Listen, just being for real, no shade at all here. Free Smoke, they are a great team. Yeah. I mean, you talk top to bottom. They got some guys that can play in any type of tournament. They got big hitters, great fielders. Guys who have been playing softball for years and years and years. Anytime you can get a win over a team like that is a good day for you. And I'm telling you, watch it right now. You heard it here first. Free Smoke, 46 runs on Sunday. That's how much they're going to score. About 46 runs. They may break.
I don't think they can. Isn't there a run limit in an
I don't
inning?
know. If there is a run limit, I don't know. They're going to break the rule. Look for 32 home runs, and one of them might land in Carrington
Listen,
Park.
we need everyone to abide by the 4-4-0 and goal rules, and it's all the home runs you can get this weekend coming up.
Get in where you fit in. Free Smoke looking to bounce back. And I don't know when it's going to happen, but whenever Free Smoke and D-Gents happen, I don't know. We may have to put that one on here.
Yeah, we might have to. We might come down and live stream that. You never know.
Listen,
you never know.
You don't know.
Right.
Listen, we got to go to number 1, and I think there's only one team left.
Yep, that's it. Number 1.
Are you ready? You think you can tell them what to do?
Coming in at number 1 with an 8-0 record, moving up from the number 2 spot last week.
That's right.
Going to number 1 is going to be D-Gents. Congratulations to them. I know the season's still quite long, though, isn't it? Did we say, isn't it like July 26th?
They got some time yet, yeah. But I'm telling you, D-Gent Turation X over here, they come up and steal the number 1 spot. After some big-time W's, and I talked about all the great players on Free Smoke. D-Gents is the mirror image of that as well. They've got guys that can play in all kinds of different tournaments. They've got, men and women that can hit the ball. They all field well. They're another one. If they feel like making it a home run derby, it's going to be a home run derby. If they want to put the ball, in the gaps, they're going to put the ball in the gaps. These are guys that guys and girls, you got to let, the girls play a huge part on these teams too in their wins and losses. These are guys and girls that when they go out there, all of them can play softball, and all of them have probably been asked to be on other teams.
Right, at some point. Right.
Yeah, that team, much like Free Smoke, I can almost promise all those guys are actively recruited to play somewhere else. But, that's this week's rankings, man. I tell you what, you got to love a good shakeup. I am expecting a big week from Made in Ohio's Free Smoke this week. D-Gents, they just get it done. I expect them to have a big week too, but you know what? Free Smoke showed this week that nobody, and I mean nobody, is untouchable out there.
Yeah, they sure did. All right, so moving in through the rankings. So me and Sam, as you guys can see, Sam's been down quite a few times doing some video, some photo shooting down there. We plan on continuing to do that throughout the rest of the year. But we wanted to kind of start publicizing what the event we're going to do coming up. So we tentatively mid-July, I think it was the 15th, 16th.
Yeah, we're looking at like the 15th, 16th. It's going to be a Friday night and a Saturday morning day type of deal.
Our friend Derek Hawley did put a post out on the Ashtabula County Softball Connection, but we are looking to do a Friday night under the lights all-star type event.
Wait a minute before we go there. On Sunday, D-Gents, they're going to square off against Harbor Tattoo.
Coming in
So
hot.
can Harbor Tattoo take off a second giant?
Right, maybe, maybe not. But tentatively, July 15th through the 16th, we do plan on having somewhat of an all-star tournament, which is going to consist of, or not, I'm sorry, not an all-star event Friday night.
2-day event.
2-day event, Friday night all-star event, which is going to consist of a home run derby, fastest around the bases, and we haven't called it anything yet. We got a little bit of a new one that Sammy came up with that I think everyone's going to really enjoy. But go ahead, you explain it.
Yeah, so like Ryan was saying, this is a 2-day event. Starting on Friday night, we're going to have what we call the All-Star Events Night. That's going to have a home run derby, fastest around the bases, under the lights.
Under the lights. Biggest thing. We figured out.
That's a big one.
We have figured out how to do it.
So we're going to get this under the lights, and then we're going to have a new event in here, and this is going to it's going to be a relay. So it's going to be a relay race, and you're going to be able to pick 3 team members from your team. 2 guys, 1 girl. You're going to have an outfielder at center field, an infielder at the beginning of the infield, and a catcher. And we are going to see who can get the softball from the center field wall to home plate the fastest. This is an event that's going to test not only how hard you can throw, but also how accurate you can throw, because there's going to be boxes and lines that you're going to have to stay in there.
Yep.
So this is going to be it's going to be the relay. It's going to be the relay contest.
Yep, and then so that night, and I think I'm gonna try to get some live music. I haven't talked to you about that yet. Some live music, having a good time. Concessions will be open, and don't get it twisted though. Lights do cost money to light, so we got a couple ideas for that to make that one work. We'll go through that process once we get there, but please, we need your guys' help. We need your opinions. We need to get this rolling. We want to try to turn this into an annual event. And we're calling it Beulah's
Best, baby.
Beulah's
Best
on a Friday night. Then coming up on Saturday morning. I do believe we got the time knocked down to about 9 a.m. It's going to start the 440 Gold Classic.
Yeah, we're going to do a little tournament.
Little tourney. We're going to invite the top 10 teams. And then winner take all, first place trophy. Simply put, we haven't decided exactly. Did we decide on single game elimination? Or?
No, we're still trying to get some of the details in there. But what I can tell you is that we will be down there on Sunday this week. We're going to be talking to managers. We're going to be talking to players, trying to gauge your guys' interest in this. This is an event that we are going to do our very best to put together and host. I think the events night on Friday is going to be very, very fun. The tournament, we're going to be taking in a lot of input. So, let us know what you like, what you don't, if you're interested, if you're not.
Yeah.
The events one I'm really looking forward to seeing, because I really want to know who the home run king or queen, because we're looking to have a female home run derby as well.
Enough ladies sign up. We're going to work on doing a female home run derby.
Yeah, you got to let us know when we go down there if there's enough girls that want to go into a home run derby and compete. And then same thing for fastest around the bases. And the one I'm really, really looking forward to is this relay race.
Yes.
So, you got to hit that relay, man. So from center field to catcher, who's able to get that ball in the fastest? Who's got the best arms down at Softball City?
Yep. So, again, any ideas or anything you need to pass on to us, message us at 440goal@gmail.com, or you're welcome to message us on Instagram or Facebook Messenger. Just find the 440goal link and go from there. Hopefully it all works out and we put something together. But no matter what, you will see us on Sunday.
You right. We'll be down there trying to get some more. And somebody hit a home run so I can show it on here, please.
I think the one video was, if I recall.
It wasn't. I was. Listen. I was basically like William.
I couldn't tell whether or not it was an out, and they were walking off the bases and hit a home run.
Yeah, no. I was basically William H. Macy. You can call me the cooler. Nobody was hitting home runs when I was recording.
Perfect. All right. Coming up on deck here is going to be the Made in Ohio Minute, correct?
Yeah, we got Tyler will be talking to you. This is a part of the show that we've added in. Since we've come down here to Made in Ohio. Made in Ohio does so much for us that we want to let everybody know all the things that they offer down here and some of the cool things that they have going on. So
see all kinds of stuff behind us, by all means.
Yeah, they did this, and they also did this.
Yeah, they did the shirts. They could do it. They did the embroidery on my vest. Sammy's got one too, but he said he lost it. He doesn't know where he put it.
I know where it's at, but this looks like a better shirt.
He doesn't know where
but
it's
without
at.
further ado, Made in Ohio Minute with Tyler.
Hey, how's it going, boys?
Go.
Hey, how's it going, boys? How are you guys tonight?
It's been a night, buddy.
Yes,
Nice.
It has.
Not bad.
Hope you folks are surviving out there in this sweltering heat. Try your best to stay cool. So I want to touch on the Combine as a gentleman we're talking about at the start of the show. Really happy to co-sponsor with those guys, do what we can for them. Looking forward to next year, on to bigger and better. So we're looking into that. Would like to give a shout out to our Made in Ohio softball teams out there at Softball City. Keep pushing hard. We also want to let you know, for everybody that's not aware, next Saturday and Sunday, the 25th and 26th, is going to be the Beach Glass Festival down here on Bridge Street. So come check that out. They're going to have a lot of nice vendors, all sorts of different goodies going on out there. Fun for the whole family. Bring them on down. And apart from that, thank you, gentlemen, for everything you do. Appreciate you guys. That's all for this week, you folks. Be easy.
Thank you very much, Tyler. While he's doing that, we're going to go to a quick commercial break. When we come back from the commercial, 4 on 440 going to be a little bit different tonight. We've got two
divide it in half.
Yeah, we're gonna have two topics that we're going to discuss. We've got two topics that we're going to throw up in the air. If you want to call in and discuss the topics we're talking about, or if you have something you'd like to add on to the show that has to do with Ashtabula County sports in some facet, feel free to call on in. We'll see you after the commercials. It's time for me and Ryan to talk to each other.
We'll be right back.
440 and Gold brings in Made in Ohio. Made in Ohio specializes in screen printing, dye sublimation, embroidery, and vinyl graphics. Their prices are the lowest in the area. They have no minimum order size, no setup charges, and no screen charges. Stop in and see for yourself. Made in Ohio is located in the beautiful, historic Ashtabula Harbor. Visit them at 1028 Bridge Street or call 440-992-9057. 440 and Gold welcomes in Play All Awards and Engraving. Awards, they do them all at Play All. Play All offers a full line of acrylics, desk accessories, plaques, sports awards, and more. A staple of Ashtabula County, Play All has been in service since 1993, helping the likes of educators, coaches, and individuals just like you. You can visit Play All at 4542 Main Avenue in beautiful downtown Ashtabula, Ohio, or call them at 440-992-7529 with any questions.
440 and Goal welcomes in-combine sponsor from Allstate Kristen Dobbins-Beck Barger. Kristen and her team offer auto, home, renters, and various other insurance policies. Visit Kristen at 4605 Main Avenue in beautiful Ashtabula, Ohio, or contact Kristen at 440-993-0256.
Are you a small business looking for a way to advertise locally? You have a problem? 440 and Gold has a solution. Advertise with us. 440 and Gold can create custom advertisements like you see here. What better platform than 440 and Gold to advertise with? 440 and Gold will be awarding a $500 football and $500 volleyball scholarship to a local senior this year. Getting in touch with 440 and Gold is easy. You can reach us on Facebook and Instagram by simply messaging us. Or you can also email us at 440andgoal@gmail.com. Don't wait, spots are filling. Again, message 440andgoal on Facebook or Instagram, or email us at 440andgoal@gmail.com for all the details.
Welcome back. So we're gonna walk into. Actually, I clicked the wrong screen.
Attaboy.
Here, but no big deal. We'll change it up. So down at the bottom of your screen, you're gonna see some text rolling through. At the top of your screen, you're gonna see a phone number. We're going to go through 2 of the topics, and if you got 2 you want to talk about, you are welcome to chime in, call in, let us know what you want to talk about, how you want to talk about it. Make sure it's sports related. Specifically, even better would be Ashtabula County related with sports. So the phone number at the top of the screen is 440-299-7697. Like I said, on the bottom of the screen there, you see that rolling through. I'm going to read it from my file here. So this week, I think it was Tuesday.
Tuesday, they came out with the new division
right.
Not rankings,
realignments.
assignments.
Yeah. So division realignments happened this week, and I'm going to quickly go through it. So schools in the county, or at least nearby, that are affected by this are going to namely be Grand Valley. They're going to move from Division 5 to Division 6. Madison over there in Lake County is going to drop down from D2 to Division 3. Jefferson in the south part of Ashtabula County is going to go from D5 moving up to D4. And Perry, I just have it at D5, but I think they changed regions. Is that correct?
No. Perry went from Division 4 to Division 5.
Okay, so Perry dropped down.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got that wrong. I will correct that here real quick.
So
what it is, so this, let me just fix that real quick. Save, and that will change.
All right.
So what this is here, this is our 440 and goal. We talk about 4 topics tonight. Right now we only have the 2. But the question, simply put, is going to be, or I should say, actually, let me retract that. So what this segment of the show is, I asked Sammy a question in regards to what we just talked about, and he answers. If I disagree, and tell him why I disagree, and we kind of rebuttal, think maybe we're going to argue, whatever it may be. Go back and forth and have a little fun with it. So the question basically is, does the division realignment help or does it not help? And if it does help, how does it help? If it doesn't help, how doesn't it help?
All right. So this can be a loaded question. This is going to be a loaded question for me because I think it works I think it works to the benefit of some other schools. Not any of the schools that have been named. It doesn't really benefit any of them. So you've got actually Grand Valley. Grand Valley's going into Division 6 because they, of their student population.
Right.
They're going to play some smaller schools when they make the playoffs.
Coach Nims actually mentioned they went from like 180 down to 112.
16.
116? Yeah, so a big drop in boys population there.
So they're going into Division 6. Division 6 still has some very competitive teams, namely Kirtland, who drops into Division 6 this year. Although I did get I did find out this. So Kirtland, who lost the state championship last year to Versailles, lost their first state championship, and they magically dropped down division. Versailles also dropped down to Division 6 too. So that's probably going to be the state championship again in Division 6 this year. Jefferson getting moved into Division 4 is, kind of tough. I mean, yeah, they've got – I think Jefferson had some really great – they're going to be competitive wherever you put them. Don't get me wrong. But I'm not sure where the numbers is. They had to have barely cracked Division 4. Because Jefferson's just not a big school. Now, they're going to go out there and they're going to compete. The biggest one in their region now that they're going to have to compete with is Perry. Whatever. Call me crazy. Call whatever you want. If Jefferson's on the field with Perry, I'm probably going to run with Jefferson. I think Jefferson can get him. I just think that they've got athletes and coaching to make it happen. But Jefferson, they gotta get through that absolutely rigorous NE8 before we start talking playoffs with them.
Yeah.
But they get moved into Division 4. I think the most interesting one of the whole bunch is got to be Madison.
Okay.
So Madison goes from a Division 2 to a Division 3, and I had to laugh because they interviewed the Madison Blue Streaks head coach, and he said, "I'm sure there will be some tough teams in our region for Division 3, but not sure how many like Hoban." And Division 3 is probably the hardest region in football,
right?
to get through. So you have Canfield, Chardon, Geneva, Harvey, Howland, Hawken, and Kenston. That's all this region.
Yes. A big
All right.
region, yeah.
So you're talking about Canfield, who is an annual state playoff team. Chardon, who they decided one state championship's not enough. We're going to grab 2 of them in the same year. You've got Geneva, who is a playoff contender. You've got Warren Howland and Kenston. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's going to be easier than them. And, yeah, those teams aren't Akron-Hoban, but I promise you it certainly didn't
but
get
Hoban's
any easier.
not Chardon either.
Yeah, I mean, listen,
like,
Chardon is a force to be reckoned with.
yeah.
The Jefferson moving into Division 4, they're going to have Edgewood in their division now. And then they're going to have some teams that they're already playing on the regular anyway, or have played in the regular in Hubbard and Poland and Struthers. Jefferson, they before when they would win those games, they would actually get some extra points, because when you're a lower division and you beat a team from a higher division, you actually get a multiplier on the points you get. You get more points for beating teams in a higher division. So they kind of take that advantage away from Jefferson. Jefferson will be just fine. The biggest loser in this bunch is going to be Lakeside. It's going to be Lakeside. So Lakeside then, even next year, when they do the CVC Lake Division or whatever they end up calling it.
If they do it, right? It's still up in the air, correct?
As far as I know, right now, that's what's printed.
Okay,
that's printed.
All right.
So even next year, when they get this conference in, that's going to be virtually a new a new version of the old NEC. Lakeside's going to be the lone Division 2. Before this, Madison was Division 2, so it's going to be tough on them. But before you start talking playoffs, you got to start making playoffs. So
that's a very valid point.
That's the biggest thing. And with 16 teams getting in, win your division and you're in. Or win your conference and you're in. There's no way around that. If you win your conference, you're going to get in. I could promise you, if you win 6 games, you're going to have enough points to be at least top 16 in your division. Now, that's going to bring me to kind of my second point with this. And it dips a little bit into the second question, and I'm going to try not to go too far into it.
But you are.
But I will say that I think they're going to have to refigure the numbers for football in particular, because the fact that Division 1, Region 1 has 17 teams and 16 get into the playoffs is ridiculous.
Yes.
And to me, the fix of that is not going back down to 8 or 12 teams. The fix of that is lowering the numbers, so some of those super high-end Division 2 teams are now Division 1 teams. Right. It just makes sense.
Yeah, that was the one thing that we talked about last year. And I had no idea about it until is it Joe Idle, I think is how.
Yeah, Joe Idle.
JoeIdle.com. Shout out to those guys for always being up and being able to hop on there and see everything that's going on in the county. But I looked on there, and there was the new rule, because of COVID, 16 teams got into the playoffs, and then Division 1, Region 1 had 17 squads, so 16 of the 17 that are in there are already in. You could be a 2-8 team walking your way into the playoffs.
Yes.
Now, I'm not saying that you're not going to probably go out there and get rocked, because 2-8 is probably also going to take on a 10-0 team right off the rip. And but crazy things have happened, and you can walk your way through that. Don't get me wrong, that does happen. I am rooting for the underdog. There is no other way that I could do it.
I want to make this abundantly clear. I do not think that they need to lower the amount of teams in the playoffs. I think the more teams in the playoffs, the better the playoff is going to be.
Right.
And I don't care that one is going to go against 16 and that there are going to be some games that are going to be unwatchable, because what I can promise you is during the regular season there are some games that are unwatchable too. And there are years that when one goes against 8, those are also unwatchable games.
Right.
All right, what this does is increase competitive. It gives more kids a better shot, and it doesn't force Ashtabula County teams to have to drive an hour and 15 minutes to play some Cleveland team so they can get just enough, clout to make the playoffs. That's garbage. Keep 16 in there. Now, I understand, like last year we had a team that was winless that made the playoffs. That's a problem. But the problem isn't lowering the amount of teams to come in there. The best way to do it is you got to fix it. So there should probably be no more or less than, 20 to 20. I think 20 teams in each division or in each region is the magic number. 20.
I would agree. Yeah.
Top 16 get in. 4 that don't. That the bottom 4 don't.
Yeah, I'd agree with you. Yeah, I mean. Yeah, everyone can't get in. I mean, that's just what it comes down to. But you are right. I think 20 teams, but that is assuming everything gets realigned again. I mean, that's a huge shakeup, is what you're asking for.
Yeah, it's really not that hard. You take 20 in the region, the top 4. So right now there are 17 teams in Division 1, Region 1. You take the top 3 teams from Division, that would be 2, Region
5.
8.
Is it?
It would be 8 because there are 7 divisions.
Okay.
So you take the top 3 teams from Division 2, they are now Division 1, and they're going to be there. And you do so on and so forth. And then, if one team is going to be short, or if one division is going to be short, then it should naturally be Division 7.
Right. I mean, and just keep, right. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, because you could have all the remaining smaller teams in the Division 7.
Or you know what? If that's too many divisions, then make it 6 divisions. But it should be 20 in each. Top 16 get in football. And the bottom 4 don't. It still makes it competitive, but it's giving some of these other teams. I mean, there's a lot of gatekeepers out there right now that say, oh, well, 16's too many teams. When I played, you had to earn your spot in the playoffs. These are the same guys that, it was 8 when I played. Yeah, it was 8 when we played. When we made the playoffs and it was 8, there were guys who were, hey, it's only 4 when we played.
Right.
The top 4 guys got in. That's how you knew it was good football. You listen, football is football.
Right.
All right? These guys deserve to play. The same way we earned our spot in the playoffs, they earned their spot in the playoffs too.
Yeah, I would have loved our senior year to have more than just the 10 games.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
You can get 11, let them have 11.
If you have a winning season, you should be allowed to be in the playoffs.
If you guys have a comment about it or any suggestions or want to talk about it, 440-299-7697. Chime on in and let us know. Like I said, tonight we only have 2 questions. If you got something you want to talk about, don't hesitate to call in and talk about it. Hopefully it's Ashtabula related and sports related. That's
not hopefully. If it ain't, we ain't going to talk about it.
440-299-7697. I agree with you. There's not a whole bunch of rebuttal there. I think what most coaches – I don't think most coaches are really worried about the realignment. I think they're more worried about winning their conference.
Yeah, and you should
be.
Well, you should be.
Right. I mean, it doesn't matter in the end. You could be realigned to whatever Division 4 regions, whatever 17. I don't know, whatever it may be. But if you don't win your conference, none of that matters because you don't get to play in the playoffs.
Listen, you can miss the playoffs in Division 3 like you do in 2.
Right.
Same way.
Yes, you can.
Same way.
All right, so this next one's also another loaded question. And, again, if you guys want to chime in, talk about anything, 440-299-7697. Tune on in, call in, let us know what you think. The next question, we're going to roll right on into it, is it is about the divisions across all of the state of Ohio, OHSAA sports. Should there be 7 divisions across the board in all OHSAA sports? Is the question. It's a yes or no. I already know what Sammy's going to say, and we're going to go back and forth a little bit on this one. Currently, right now, football holds 7 different divisions, but something like girls golf, only holds 2 divisions, and it's a non-competitive, I do believe, right?
And they have the competitive balance
balance points.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I said that wrong. So, basically, should it be all 7 divisions across the board?
Yeah. So, at first I was gonna come on here and I was gonna say yes, that I think it should be 7 divisions across the board, and whatever my biggest thing is, whatever division you are in one sport, you should play in all sports. But I am going to put a caveat in there. I don't think it should be 7. I think 6. I think 6 is the number that makes sense. I think Division 7 really could be wiped into Division 6. And the reason why is because you would then start bumping teams up.
Right.
You would start bumping teams up into, that increases the number of Division 1 teams, 2, so on and so forth. 6 divisions, whatever division you are is what you are in every single sport, whether it's golf, football, basketball, softball,
but then
lacrosse,
I guess what
hockey,
it's going to come down to is how does the girls, let's just go girls, girls golf.
Okay.
So are you saying then those 6 divisions, because
those 6 divisions, yes,
right, would compete for one title?
No. There would be a Division 6
let's say
title,
Division
5 title.
Right, let's say Division 6 though. I don't know how. I couldn't even ballpark. I don't even know the number of girls that play golf in Division 6.
Okay.
Right. If there's only 6 of them, there would be a Division 6 title for 6 girls.
For 6 teams.
Or that's it.
Yes.
And done. See, I can't agree with that because I don't think there's enough competitiveness with it. You're letting a lot of kids that I'm not saying a Division 6 golfer isn't the best, but I think a Division 6 because that's why they do the competitive ranking system with them.
So they do the competitive balance points, and that's a whole different thing. What that competitive balance point system does is this win counts more than this win, counts more than this win, counts more than this win. That's where, you beat a team from this division, so you get the 1.5 and all that other stuff. What happens is what you have are when you have all these different divisions. Okay, so let's talk about Lakeside. All right, so your Division 2 in football, Division 3 in basketball, Division 3 or 4 in baseball.
Sure.
And not only are you different division, now you have different people you're going to be playing in the playoffs, different teams, because those alignments are going to change. So you're not playing, the football team is playing, Menor, or the football team is playing Brush, and the volleyball team never plays Brush.
Right. Okay.
And, you know what I mean? So across the board, 6 divisions. Whatever division you are is what you are across the board. Like basketball right now is a travesty.
Yeah, I just don't think you could do it with every single sport. 440-299-7697. If anyone wants to call in and chime in on the topic, there should be 7 divisions across the board for all sports, regardless boy or girl. Just OHSAA sports. I just think it'd be really tough. I agree with you with basketball, though. I mean, basketball, we talked about it earlier in the day. Basketball has more kids playing.
There are more basketball teams than football teams in Ohio, and yet we have four divisions. 4 divisions
in that. So
we have 4 divisions for basketball.
I would just say it would all have to be based off the amount of kids playing the sport, and that's the biggest thing for me because I just can't see 6 divisions in girls golf.
Well, listen, if you don't have enough to fill the divisions, then you don't have divisions. You have a state championship, period, 1 division.
Right.
You would your sport either has enough to have 6 divisions or you have 1 division. Because if it's so low.
Would you assume there's more than, say, 300 girls golfers in Division 4 right now across the state of Ohio? I mean, I guess those are all numbers we could go find out.
Yeah,
but I don't
absolutely.
know,
You could. You 100% could. I don't know. There might not be.
Right.
And like I said, all this is going to have to do with the state championships.
Right.
State championships.
I think
and
also though, because you got to break it down by sport as well. Because if you really think about it, I mean, it doesn't matter what school you play at in a sport like golf, right?
Right.
Golf is an individual sport. You can be coached, and there are team atmospheres to it based, you know what I mean? But it's kind of like track, as in
track's another one.
Right.
You should have.
But with golf though, I think the PGA Tour, and I hate to reference that because PGA Tour and OHSAA girls or boys golf, are completely different, but it's based off of how you do in a tournament. I think it should be an invite, and it should be all collectively put to one.
So then you get rid of divisions, period.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I said. Like 6 divisions or
based off of the number of athletes.
Yeah.
But let's say right now there's 2 divisions in girls golf. Let's say there's 1,000 in one and 500 in the other. Then you can run with 2 divisions.
If you run 6 divisions. Otherwise, if you don't have enough to form 6 divisions, or 6 divisions aren't competitive,
6 division goes to 5, or 5 goes to 4.
You
4
go 1.
goes to 3.
Period. 1.
Okay, 1 across.
One division.
I don't know. I mean,
because the only time that it's going to be an issue,
because I would be contradicting what I'm saying, basically.
Yeah, the only things that it's going to affect that way, where it would be 1 division, are sports where participation is low to begin with.
Correct. Right.
You know what I mean? So you really could get away with 1.
Right.
But see, what we've done is, for years and years and years, they've hidden behind OHSAA and Ohio high school sports. They've hidden behind the requirements for divisions in this sport are this, and in this sport are this, and then football. I've never understood how football, a team like Lakeside, can go is in a separate division than Menor, but in basketball, that's the team that they meet in the first round.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Right.
Struthers down in Youngstown, goes undefeated, and then they meet St. Vincent St. Mary in the first round and lose by 30.
Right.
In basketball,
I agree.
Know what I mean?
Yeah, the basketball thing. I mean, I think the most popular sports in Ohio, I would have to assume, are basketball and football and probably girls volleyball would be top 3.
Those are the ones with the most participants.
Right.
And even girls volleyball, I think, is 4 divisions.
Yeah, right. I mean, girls volleyball gets ruckus and loud, and they have a lot of fun, and they sell out stadiums.
You want to talk about rabid fan base? You want to talk about gonna show up, gonna have numbers every year? Volleyball's a sport.
Right.
When it comes to the girls' sports, I don't even think it's close.
Yeah, I mean, I would say I'm going to agree with you there. I mean, maybe
6 or 1.
I would say the next closest one with participating in girls, I would softball, but no, I wouldn't even say that. Swimming.
Oh, and then you got swimming, and there's a whole nother
another
ball
whole can
of wax
of worms
there
that you could open up. But yeah, I mean, I would just say based off of everything we brought to the table tonight, it's really going to be about the amount of participants in it. But I would agree with you. If there's not enough girls golfers, if there's, say, in the whole state of Ohio, there's 500 girls golfers between the ages of grades of 9th grade to a senior, and that's it, then I guess I would say it would just be a numbering system, and then they have a competition that, you get maybe the top 100 go in, and then they get broke down week after week.
You really want to ruffle some feathers? You really want to ruffle some feathers and just
I don't even know if you could do that, but yeah.
Just do it truthfully. You do 6 divisions, and that only applies to major sports, and you come up with what determines a major sport, participation wise or whatever.
All right.
So like in the fall, you make the major sports participation based, boys and girls. So the girls major sports and the boys major sports.
You have to have a minimum amount of kids.
Right, and you have sports that are developing, and not being a major sport doesn't mean it's not important. You know what I mean?
It
but
just turns
you
to
got to
an
understand
intramural within the school then.
Right,
that
there are 40 girls that are going to play volleyball, and there are 3 girls who are going to bowl. So they wouldn't necessarily apply to the division rule. But the major sports, football, volleyball, basketball, track, tennis, all these teams where all cross country, where participation has never been and never will be an issue. 6 divisions. Whatever division your school is what you are in every single sport.
Right, but you have to have a minimum amount of kids.
And obviously boys and girls would be different.
440-299-7697 if you want to chime in right onto the show, talk in, and see where it goes. But, yeah, that's interesting. Coach Sanford from Lakeside chiming in a little bit. Yeah, baby.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he sees it too. There's teams that, Lakeside is going to get – I don't know if Lakeside's Division I or Division II.
In volleyball, yeah, I don't know.
You know what I mean? But then, they'll go out and have to – they're going against teams that have tripled their enrollment.
Right.
Because of the lack of divisions. Like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, but right. I mean, because in the end, like, they might be competitive against their conferences. The CVC conference, that they're competitive, but in the end, you're right. Once you hit playoffs, I mean, you're gonna run into teams with, double the amount of kids. I mean, they made cuts for that team to be on that team. And,
right, and you formed a team and barely made cuts.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So
yeah, I mean, I agree with you there. I don't know about the whole 6 divisions. I'm not sure. It really have to be. I think it would have to really be broke down on a case by case basis. Would be the best solution. But 440-299-7697 if you want to chime in before we.
Yeah. So like he said, they're Division I.
Right. Okay. So Division
their
I.
football team makes the playoffs. Their football team goes against Brush in the first round.
Right.
Volleyball team, when they play in the tournament, hi Menor.
Right. Right.
Hi Solon.
Right. Any school from Akron,
you know what
basically.
I mean?
Yeah. Right.
Hey Euclid, how are you?
Right. 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 I mean, and it's not saying that any team, even though they have a smaller population count, can't be competitive, because Kirtland proves that wrong year in and year out.
Right, they do. They do.
But
I mean? They are. So Kirtland is the exception, not the rule. Kirtland's the exception, not the rule.
Right. Right. But, I mean, most people are trying to become the exception then.
Trying to become, but here we go, competitive balance.
Right. Yep. 440-299-7697.
I don't know if you're gonna have time to call in now, because it is 9:15.
Yeah, it is. Actually,
that's probably gonna do it for us tonight.
All right, guys. Thanks again, everyone, for tuning in tonight. Don't forget, we're gonna try to throw together a softball all-star event Friday. I do believe it's the July 15th.
We're looking at Friday the 15th and
Saturday the 16th. And then if you are interested, supposedly Sammy and I are going to be with another group of guys in a all-nighter on the 9th.
And
I
not
got
the 9th,
roped
on the
into
30th.
this. What is it? The 30th?
It's the 30th.
And then what?
Of July.
And I don't know dates. Also, anyone that's just tuning in too, we are going to take ourselves a little week off.
Yes. So there will not be a live show next week. We will be back. That's the week of 4th of July.
Right, week of 4th of July. We'll have I do believe a couple interviews coming up that week for the West Side Shootout. I don't want to confirm or deny anything just yet.
Yeah, put it this way: we've got an extravaganza planned for the week of the West Side Shootout. We are honored to be covering it again this year. So just pay attention to our Instagram and our Facebook pages, as all of those updates will be coming. But next week, no live show. We will release the rankings.
Right.
On social media, though, just because I like to get that pot stirred.
Yep. Maybe we just do a quick live down there at Softball City on Sunday.
Just something real quick and easy. So.
Have a little fun with everyone down there. So thanks again, everyone, for tuning in tonight. It's been a pleasure. Thanks again to all the help at the Combine on Sunday. It was a long weekend, but it was a great weekend. Fantastic weekend for Ashtabula County football. Can't wait to do it again next year. I'm Ryan. I'm going to get the heck out of here. Appreciate everyone's time. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
That's right, 2 weeks. We'll see you guys soon. Thanks for tuning in.